Hi, I'm Yvonne Pran with Bible805, and I'd like to talk about how I'll help you read, listen to, and, very importantly, teach others how to go through the Bible in the coming year. The most important thing that you can do, I truly believe, is to know your Bible well by reading it in chronological order. Now, it's not only the most important thing you can do for yourself, but for those you care about in your small groups, your classes, and other ministry groups. I have seen this change people's lives more deeply, more consistently, just have the biggest impact of anything that I've taught in the many years that I've taught Bible classes. However, although I feel very deeply about it and I've created just tons of resources for this, I realized as I was trying to put some of them together that I hadn't been very clear on exactly what I've done, on exactly what the resources are. Now, this is a little bit different in that it's not a teaching podcast or video. It's more of a, this is what I have available for you. Almost all of it is completely free. It's a description, though, of the resources. I wanted to make you aware of what you have that you can use, that you can immediately access. You might think of them sort of as one last holiday gift, and you can use them all year round, but this gives me a chance to tell you about them. Links to all of them, expanded explanations, descriptions, all of that are on the www.bible805.com website. The videos are also all available on the Bible805 YouTube channel. It's just Bible805 YouTube, www.youtube, .com/Bible805. Bible805, by the way, is my handle on YouTube. I guess that's a big deal now, and that's what I got. So you can go there if you want to see the videos of all of the things that I'm describing. But let me get started telling you about what I have. Now, I have many different resources for you, but all of these focus on getting people to read through their Bibles in chronological order in the coming year for yourself, for groups you work with, whatever. That's what I'm going to be doing with my Bible class, and I wanted to outline all the things that are available. Now, I have the videos and blogs that go with everything to start out with on why you should even do this. Many people haven't considered going through the Bible in chronological order because that's not how our Bibles are organized. So to help people understand this, I have 3 background videos and then one new one that I created that's a motivational one that combines quite a bit of the others in a shorter format. The 3 basic ones that I have, first of all, I have one entitled The 9 Benefits of Reading or Listening to the Bible in Chronological Order. Then I have the 5 reasons why you probably haven't read your Bible in chronological historical order. And then, last of all, one on why our Bibles aren't in chronological historical order, where I go through the history and how that developed and why we are where we are today. But then I recently, just this year, summarized a lot of that material in one shorter video, Read the Bible in Chronological Order. Motivation, how to, and helps to get the most out of it. Again, all of these are available either on the website or the YouTube channel. Now, the most basic resource, of course, that I have that is free for you are the schedules. You want to, of course, have a schedule for how to read through it. I have one that I've worked on for a number of years, and I feel that it really will work well for people. Now, I have them in actually 2 sizes. I have full 8.5 by 11 sheets if you want to put them in a notebook, that sort of thing. Those are 4 pages each. They're kind of lengthy, but some people might want that. But then I worked and I figured out a little system because I had to put all these together, and that was really, really hard, and I made a lot of mistakes, and it just took me so long to do them because I'm not very good at this sort of thing. But anyway, I also have one that fits on one sheet of paper if you print it front and back sided. So I have both of these available for you. You can just download them, print them out. Also, I have them in two formats. One is dated, where I have, January 1st, and just goes through the different days on the calendar. So I have that format. But then I also have one that is numbered, that this is your reading for day 1, day 2, etc. If you don't start it at the first of the year, you can start it at any time, but this way you can check off the different days. I've put both of the sizes of the schedules into a little ebook that you can download that's entitled Schedules and Journal Pages. I also did up, again, if you're wanting to put these in a notebook, I did up some Bible reading journal pages that you could print off blank ones and use however you would want to, give them to a class, just whatever you would like to do with them. I have different styles. I have a very simple style. I have one that's sort of in boxes and a little more organized, and then I have kind of a fancy one if you want to do something like that. But again, you can just download these. It's right on the Bible 805 homepage. Print them off, do with them whatever you want to. I also have a free ebook. It's entitled Not Safe But Good: Why It's Important to Read Your Bible in Chronological Order and How to Do It. This has a written version of those 3 introductory videos that I told you about. You can again make as many copies of it as you want, share it, but just use it to get people into the Bible. It also has the shorter schedules in the back of it. I didn't put all of them in there because that makes it too long. I did that in some earlier versions, and it was too much for people to have to print out. This just has the shorter ones, but again, if you want the longer ones, you can go on the website. Now, in addition to providing this material, I'm going to be going through the lessons online and in person. The lessons through the Bible will start the first week in January. Each week, I'll be teaching the live class at my church on Wednesday evenings. By Friday, it takes me a little while to get it done up, I'll have the podcast, the links to the YouTube video, and notes available on the Bible805.com website. All of these are completely free. Now, if you would want a little bit more, or whatever you might want to call it, primarily a copy of the video without advertisements and a copy of the original PowerPoint presentation that I use in the class. I have developed something, a lot of people aren't aware of this. It's called the Bible805 Academy, and I do sell those for a subscription price that's really, really cheap. It's only $36 a year for everything, and I have the resources available on that site. Now, on the Bible805 Academy site, it's www.bible805academy.com. I have a number of, I just changed it actually just this afternoon. I have a number of lessons that you can just download and try out for free. This is something that I wanted to make available for people wanting to teach the materials that I share. I've had people ask me for ones and copies and all this, that, and the other, and this is my a little bit more, I hope anyway, organized way to help you. Just a little bit more about this Bible805 Academy. It's not a big deal, authoritative, expert, highly produced thing, where, lights, camera, all that kind of stuff. Nope, it's just me sharing my teaching and what I've found to be helpful. It's exactly what you're seeing, what you're listening to right now, but I make it available for you to use it because, again, as I said, it has my PowerPoint, my notes, associated resources, and I have it in a format that you can modify and use however you want to. Scared me to death kind of putting it together this way, but it seemed like the Lord was saying, look, I trusted my disciples to take my material and go out and do whatever with them. You can trust them with yours. So that's what I did. I've been teaching people to go through the Bible for many years, and it just helps people grow so much. And I really want other people to be able to do that. A tremendous amount of study did go into this, but I do hope that it'll be something that will help you. I know many of you would love to take your people, your classes, your churches, homeschools through it. You just don't know how to do it. You don't know how to do all the research, how to put it together, and I've got it together for you. So, I offer it to you. I do not promise it to be error-free. There will be typos, some of that kind of stuff, but I honestly think you will find it quite useful. A little bit more about the weekly teaching. Obviously, there's so much that could be covered in the Bible passages that we read each week. And unlike some commentators who, I love the gentleman that goes through the Bible bus and takes 5 years and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's great. J. Vernon McGee. I mean, he's just wonderful. I wanted to do this in a year for people. But of course, I'm in doing that way. I don't go verse by verse. And so there's a lot more material that I'm just not able to cover. Because of that, I'm recommending for my class, we got everybody Warren Wiersbe's book With the Word, because it's just a wonderful chapter by chapter commentary of the Bible with a lot of good application in it. And hopefully with my class with you, that'll fill in some of the gaps that we don't always cover. Now, just a little bit more how I put this schedule together. I have a much longer lesson on exactly how I came up with my schedule, because it is different than really any other one that you will read or see, and I have a lot of reasons for that. Basically, coming from my training as a historian, for those of you that don't know me very well, I do have a master's degree in church history. I've taught church history on the university level briefly, didn't make a career out of it, but I have continued to teach it as a lay person for many years. So I take the historical parts of the Bible and put the messages of the prophets in with the events that happened at the time that they happened. And this, I think, will help you tremendously. Also, though, because Psalms and Proverbs are not written at one time and are beneficial for us throughout the year, I have you read a psalm or a book of Proverbs each day of the week along with your historical readings. And I have lessons online explaining why I'm doing this in more detail. Now, the adventure of reading through the Bible in chronological order. Let me just say, overall, as I got to thinking about it, I thought it's a little bit like getting to know Aslan, the Christ figure in C.S. Lewis' book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. When Mrs. Beaver surprises the children, she's talking about him, and she says, Aslan is a lion, the great lion. Oh, said Susan, I thought he was a man. Is he quite safe? I shall feel rather nervous about meeting a lion. Safe, said Mr. Beaver. Who said anything about safe? Of course he isn't safe. But he's good. He's the king, I tell you. Now, committing to read through the Bible in chronological, historical order in the coming year is a great adventure. It might not be safe, as it might take time, effort, and it will shake up and transform every part of our lives. But it will be good. Please join me in it. Go to www.Bible805.com to download the schedules and the different resources. And be sure to sign up for the newsletter so that you get the weekly updates when the new lessons are posted. Download the schedule now. And I'm praying that many of you will, and it will be the most wonderful, fulfilling experience that you've ever had in your Christian life.